Cool, I'm Greg, I'm co-founder of We Are Beer, the team behind the London Craft Beer Festival, our 10th year, and we're here at Tobacco Dock, just into the first session of the 10th year, the trade session. So we've had a few thousand people through the door already, and yeah, ready to go for the weekend. What inspired us to set up the festival? It's a really good question. I think at the time there was, craft beer or the modern beer thing was just kicking off really. It was so nascent that and it didn't really have a festival in this town. And so Dan, my business partner, he had an event space, and we were just like, let's do a modern style festival with music, food, all the elements that will make an incredible experience. Year one, we were about 20 breweries, and we had just under 2,000 people come, and we had one sponsor, who were Simply Hops. I think we still got them today now as Bath House. So, and now there'll be 12,000 people this weekend. Well over 100 different breweries. I think there's 160 exhibitors on site today. Loads of different sponsors. So the whole thing has just really grown as the industry's grown. There's still people here today like the Colonel and Siren who've been to every one of our 10 shows. There's a whole bunch of new breweries. So yeah, it's just grown and grown and grown, and continues to as new people come into craft beer and get to try it all. And we mix it up, bringing in other drinks categories, be that whiskey or gin or wine, and really go from there. The favorite part of organizing a festival, the thing, do you know what? It's when the doors open, all the little snags have been done, beer's pouring, the vibe's good, and you can just relax, and then everyone's having a good time. Obviously today is 35 degrees, so the temperature's strong. It's keeping everyone on their toes, making sure you're hydrated. It's important. But yeah, once it's opened and it's going, that's the best bit. The other bit is trying all of the amazing beers, discovering new breweries. Even 10 years in, there's fantastic new breweries coming out. So all of that together makes a fantastic festival. When I'm not organizing the London Craft Beer Festival, I'm organizing the Manchester, Glasgow, Bristol, and Beer Central versions of this event. We also started a craft beer music festival called Bigfoot, which was launched into the pandemic. It happened last year, didn't happen this year, but fingers crossed it's coming back at the start of next year, which is brilliant. We've got dates locked in for that, so yeah. And actually we just announced today, you'll get flyers on the way out, that we're doing the London Christmas Beer Festival, so you don't have to wait a whole year till we're back at Tobacco Dock, exclusive right here on Tonic Mag. We'll be back here on the 16th and 17th of December doing a slightly different event. So it's not going to be the all-in model. It's like a ticket in, and then you can come along and buy thirds basically off of everybody. There'll be a Christmas market, Christmas food, just bringing like that kind of element to it. Lots of seasonal beers, winter beers as well. So kind of doing what we do here in the summer, but giving it a real festive twist 1 week before Christmas. The whole thing about craft that got me really excited was, as someone who'd worked in the marketing of booze and beverage alcohol brands, which is always incredible, the focus on the product, do you know what I mean? That's the number one thing, is the creativity and the invention that goes into the product. And when craft beer came along, and it just flipped what beer was, it's flipped what the culture of beer is, it's flipped how people consume it. You don't have to be a beer geek these days to still hang out in your local tap room if you're living in London. That's quite a normal behavior. All of that stuff is fantastic, knowing the people behind the drinks, and that is what's so exciting. It moves quickly, it's always evolving, it's such a dynamic category, and all of those things I think are really important. The other thing that I love about beer is, it's a drink for everyone, and it doesn't have to be overly discussed. You can still just sit there with a gorgeous pint and appreciate it, but it's not, it doesn't have to be, it's not like a wine or a whiskey, it's got its own characteristics. So yeah, I love beer. I love all of the people in here, the people who are making it. So yeah, it's a great thing to be involved in.